No, they show them a dream, then they treat them as infidels and as inferiors. That's what is the thing. Everybody goes and they get brainwashed with this kind of ideology. Srijit Nair, is this such a big problem in Kerala? Is this something which has been taken cognizance of? Because governments in the past and even in the present have been very, very careful about taking a strong position. They have waited for the centre to act even before the Kerala government declares it an unlawful association.
Yeah, that kind of a drift actually happened over the last 10, 12 years, Anand. Because, 3 years into the inception of PFI, there was this then Chief Minister, Mr. V.S. Achuthanandan, who was representing the CPM. He spoke in Delhi against the PFI, saying that they have a very larger design to convert the state into an Islamic dominated state in 2 decades. And he said that they were adopting different types of ways like religious conversion to achieve their goal. This had become a big controversy back then, and even Mr. Pinarayi Vijayan, who was at loggerheads with him in terms of ideological differences within the party, had supported him. And then just 2 years after that, the government changed, and it was a Congress government led by Umman Chandi. And he gave a fact-driven affidavit in the Kerala High Court, which detailed the number of violent cases in which the PFI members were involved in, the number of murders, and also the other types of criminal activities, including attempts to murder. These were all sizable in the ranges of 20, 30, and it goes on like that. But what happened is that in the next 10 years, nobody bothered. No political dispensation acted against it, and nobody even demanded a ban on PFI or its affiliated organizations. So basically what happened is that during the last 10 years, PFI grew from just a Muslim organization to accept a lot of minorities into it, like Christians and others. Then they said they took a pro-Dalit stand. They welcomed the tribals into it. So basically they gave an impression to the exterior world that they stood for the marginalized sections of the society. They were saying that they were against the far right-wing politics of the Sangha Parivar, and they even gave three different ideals as their offering to the society, like freedom, justice, and security.
Yes.
But what happened later in 2018 in Madhya Pradesh, there was a national annual DGP meet. So in that meet, what I learned from the newspapers is that Kerala's DGP, who was Loknath Behra at that point of time, he gave a detailed presentation on the growth of this PFI and also their influence in various sects of people within the state. So he specifically quoted 4 examples. One is a much discussed case of that hand chopping incident of a college professor here. Then into there were some camps where they were training people in using the weapons. Third was the manufacturing of weapons and IEDs, and then murders which on the exterior look like political murders, but these were not just political murders, these were ideology based murders. The ideology means it was not political, but it was all communal. So he gave that presentation, and post that event, the then minister Kiran Rijiju gave a statement publicly that the Kerala government has been pressing actively for a ban. But what happened is, the same Pinarayi Vijayan who supported V.S. Achuthanandan in his statements against the PFI back in 2010 took a stand saying that Kiran Rijiju has been misconstruing facts and that it was baseless.
Right.
What he said is the government is not for outlawing any kind of organization, and if at all they do, the first organization to be banned will be the RSS. Now the same stand is taken by the state party chief 2 days before, which is 4 years after that particular incident. Now what happened is Loknath Behra, due to his restrictions, he could not speak to the media. But what indeed happened is last year, before his retirement, he met a lot of media houses and gave exclusive interviews to all of them. There he said a point which you gave in the introduction of this particular debate, that Kerala has fast become the breeding ground, or rather the recruiting hub of terrorists.
Yes.
He said that there were a lot of sleeper cells of the IS working in the state, across the state, and he said that the police was probably not able to track down every one of them. Then some of the opposition MLAs, some roughly 45 days after this revelation, asked this to the chief minister in the assembly, and he said he did not have any kind of information. Even today, what happens is that even the very strong governments which are anti-BJP are enforcing the orders from the center in banning the PFI. They are using the state police and the anti-terrorist squads to crack down the PFI officers, the PFI activists, everyone. What happens in Kerala? Kerala is going soft against it. the CM has issued a statement that there should not be any unnecessary haste. We should be using only lawful means to curb them. I do not understand what is unnecessary hate in cracking down an organization like PFI, which has been banned India-wide. The haste, if at all, is taken on the part of the police. It is legal. It is well within normal people's understanding. But what the CM says is for appeasement. That is the problem. That is the big change that has happened over the last 10 years in Kerala politics. Everybody sees PFI and its affiliated political friends like SDP as a vote bank. So they woo at least local.
So that's how they have been able
levels.
to. What they've slowly been able to do is gather so much of root and presence that they are able to portray themselves as an important vote bank. You may not like them, but you need them. So that's why what do you do with them? So that's how they are tending to grow. But interestingly, across India, majority of the social unrest cases, Abhijit, and also where the PFI has its operations, SDPI and all its affiliates, there is somebody or the other who's from Kerala, who's present in all these offices. So the hub seems to be still Kerala. Even in Bihar, there were people who are coming from Kerala and from Tamil Nadu who are going there to train and who are regularly interacting. The SDPI local head in Jaipur is from Kerala. So he was also picked up. So there is this Kerala connection pan-India which is also happening. Now we got more information before I bring in Vikram Singh ji and also bring in Abhijit back again. This is a mega exclusive second aspect. These are the faces, ladies and gentlemen. Now have a look.